create a Windows-based virtual machine. This is what we had done yesterday. So for that, we need to type. Just click on this Microsoft Azure. So there is a search box. In the search box, you type a virtual machine. So if you're typing virtual, so you are getting all the matching entities. So under services, just click on virtual machines. So already PC2210. So this FDP 8, yeah, one person already created. So I think Piyush sir. So now I am going to create one more new virtual machine. Just click on this create button, select Azure virtual machine. Now every resource we are going to deploy in one resource group. The resource group name is FDP8 day 2. So here this is the these are the details we need to fill for creation of this virtual machine. So the first one is resource group. So just select this box, and there is an option like FDP8 day 2. So all of you select this one. So all of you select this one, FDP8 underscore day 2. This is the resource group in which we are keeping all the resources. So then it is asking the virtual machine name here. So just give a virtual machine name. I am giving Ian. Ian is my name. Eluri Narendra. Win VM1. So Win stands for Windows. VM stands for virtual machine. This should be unique. So you should not copy this name from anybody. So like this should be a unique one. So let the region will be like East US, and the availability options are, so you can select any, but I'm selecting no infrastructure. So no infrastructure I have selected, and security type I'm selecting as standard. And now this is the important step. Image means the operating system. So just open this box and type Windows 10 Pro. Okay, so you can select, all of you select this Windows 10 Pro. Okay, Windows 10 Pro version 22H2. Just scroll down a little bit. So the architecture is 64-bit architecture. By default, it is selecting that. Just ignore that. And now one more important is the size of the virtual machine. Like what will be the size of this virtual machine? So just click on this all sizes.
Sir,
See all sizes.
sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yes,
But
sir.
I am not getting this virtual machine part. I have right now. I got my account where Sajjan.Chaturvedi EduNet World is showing. Then where how to proceed? I am not able to understand.
Just open the new tab, sir. Type portal.azure.com.
Okay. Portal.azure.com.
Uh,
Got it.
can you able to see the screen, sir? The first interface.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. Now I got it. Sir. Yeah.
Oh, oh.
Now then I have to go to the virtual machine.
Yes, type in the search box. This is the search box. Just type virtual. So then you are going to get this symbol. Okay.
Okay.
You can select and you can fill the basic details. That is what I am doing.
Okay,
So
sir.
regarding the size of this virtual machine, so just all of you select a B1S. B1S means it is having one CPU, 1 GB RAM, and 2 data days. Okay, these are max input output operations per second. Okay, so after selecting B1S, click on select. Now we need to give username and
Just
password. This is a
just a
very
minute, sir.
important step.
Sir, after this standard choice, then where to go?
Go to image, sir.
Image I have given as Windows 11 Pro version 22H2.
Okay, so give to the Windows 10, sir, because
Windows
everybody
Windows
will
10.
go in the parallel.
Okay, Windows 10 I have chosen. Then 64
Uh,
VM architecture, and
uh,
after that,
and then click on the size. For size, na sir. So you
yeah, yeah.
can, if you are able to see B1S, then that is okay. Otherwise, click on this see all sizes. This hyperlink.
All
Click.
sizes.
There you are getting
Okay,
a new window.
right. I'm getting the new Windows, sir.
Now scroll up or down. So you can select B1S. On the left hand side, there are names of the virtual machines.
B series V2.
B1S. B for Bangalore.
B1S.
B1S.
I'm getting this DS1, DS2, D series, then B series. In B series, I'm getting B2.
So select one,
Sir,
sir.
one thing, sir. Suppose.
Hello.
Yeah. Sir, I'm not able to get that.
Yeah, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Nand
I'll be
Kumar
able.
Misra. This region must be US, East US, or region I need to change.
Otherwise, you can. I'm giving you the permission, sir. So, you can share the screen. Just a second, sir. So, Nandakumar, sir, you share
Yeah.
the screen, sir. Yeah.
Yes, I'm just doing, sir. Windows. I'm sharing my screen, sir. Am I visible?
Yes, sir.
So I got this resource group as FDP8.
Okay.
Then virtual
Okay.
machine I have chosen as NKM VM. Now
Okay.
region is East US. Is it correct, sir?
You can select East US 2.
East US.
East US 2.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Then
Done.
availability zone, I don't
Availability
have
zone.
no infrastructure.
No infrastructure. Yes.
Then I'm going for this Windows 10 Pro.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
64 version. Then size.
Okay.
Now size, I need to choose which one. This is standard
No, sir.
DS2 or
Click on see all sizes.
see all sizes, sir. Okay. Now I'm
So
getting
you can
B1S.
select B1S. B1.
This
B1.
yeah,
Yes.
B1S.
Yes. Yeah.
I got it, sir.
And select. Okay. Done. So now
Then
we need to
then
give the
username, sir.
username.
Username,
User.
I need to, yeah.
Yeah. Username is this is the username and password which we are giving to the virtual machine when you want to connect to your virtual machine from your laptop. So these are the things we need to give. These are the credentials. Username and password. Okay, you stop sharing, sir. I'll explain from my
Okay,
end.
right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
हेलो
Yes, sir.
सर मैंने अभी आईडी और पासवर्ड अप्लाई किया है
Okay.
और मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ सर जस्ट सेकंड बताना कि इसके आगे क्या है
Sir, at the instance detail, I have to fill the virtual machine name, then region US East US2, availability option, no infrastructure redundancy required.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And
my
then the
screen is
security-
visible now
I can see Manoj Kumar, sir, screen.
सर ये my screen is visible now to you
No, sir. You tell me your name, sir. I'll give the
मनोज
permission.
कुमार सर मनोज कुमार
Is it
Manoj
visible?
Kumar,
Sir,
sir, you can
please
share the
visible.
screen, sir. Already it is visible. So just
तो सर now I skip for now or I click on the next one
Skip for now, sir. Skip for now.
skip for now
ये three times he actually it is asking for authentication. Click on yes.
okay does this do yes
Click on next. This is your organization account, right? So
yes sir
so that is why this for security reason it is asking you all those things.
if I apply my personal Gmail ID
that
on
is
Outlook
the reason why we are asking like to create a new Outlook now. So many a times it happens like due to some security reason, it is blocking this Azure portal because it is
Okay.
third party now.
okay now sir next
So sir, now you need to configure your authenticator app. You need to download authenticator app in your phone, and then you need to click on next, and then you need to scan that barcode, and then you will be able to log into your account.
Okay.
To go to
Okay.
Play Store, and in the Play Store you will be downloading this Microsoft Authenticator app,
Okay.
and then after you will be clicking on next. One QR code will be generated. So just
Okay.
scan that QR code from that app, and then you will be able to log in to your account.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Just a second. Just a second. I stop sharing.
Yes.
Continue, sir. Continue. Thank you.
Yes, Narendra, continue, please.
So you're not audible. Not saying something.
Narendra sir, you are on mute, I think so.
Oh, sorry. Regarding this username, the username is my username is EN-user1. So you can keep your username. So this is the password. So password is a combination of both small letters, capital letters, numbers, and special characters. And again, you type the password. And this user ID and password, you just remember, because using these user ID and password only, we can able to connect my virtual machine. Okay, once it is created. After that, get down. So regarding the inbound ports, inbound port is nothing but the port through which you are able to connect to your virtual machine from your laptop. So by default, since it is a Windows virtual machine, you have selected the operating system as image, like Windows operating system. By default, it is selecting RDP. So RDP is a remote desktop protocol through which we are able to connect to virtual machine. And the port number is 3389. And I am selecting one more inbound port, that is HTTP 80. So why I have selected 80 means I want to host one static website on the virtual machine. So that is the reason why to host one static website, I need a HTTP port. So the HTTP port I can select from here. So I'm selecting RDP and HTTP. So after that, just scroll down. So regarding license, you just tick this checkbox, and then you can go for disks. You can check the disk size, everything. Okay, so you can go for, don't change anything, everything is okay. So go for networking. You can see the networking name, the networking component. This, I think SACM. Who created this SACM SVM? I think this is not my virtual network. So this is my virtual network ENVM1. Just I'm going for Okay, so you can see one virtual network. Okay, I'm creating my own virtual network. So by
this
default,
was
your
mine.
virtual network will be created.
Actually, I have
Yeah,
created
I'm
this
changing, sir.
SSL.
Ah, okay. Okay, so now you can click on next management.
Should I also change?
No. So by default, your virtual name should be there, sir, in your network. Virtual name will be there. -vnet will be there. So that is the correct one.
So,
So
sir,
just click on.
we need not to change anything in disk and networking.
Yes, no need to change, sir. Just check the networking name. That's it.
Right.
The networking name starts with your username, like virtual machine name.
Yeah, it's coming, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So all of you click on review plus create. So my validation is passed.
It is showing
Yeah,
validation failed.
Okay, sir. You can share the screen, sir. Let me complete this part and I'll come to you, sir.
Right.
So the validation is passed. The validation passed means all the things which we configure for virtual machine, all resources are available. So now I'm clicking on, and this is the pricing model. So the virtual machine is consuming 0.8168 rupees per hour. So this should be less than 1 rupee. All of you ensure that this is less than 1 rupee, and then you can click on create button. So when you are clicking on create button, it is going to create a virtual machine with your specifications. Yes, sir.
Sir, if the price is more than one, then what have to do?
So how much is that, sir, price?
5.7330.
So that means you selected some costly things like.
That is okay, sir. That is okay. You
Okay.
can try things.
Okay, sir. You can click on the create button.
Now, should I share my screen, sir?
Yes.
So this is coming.
Sir, after deployment, what should be the process?
After deployment complete, you can go to resource. Yeah, share the screen,
Sir,
sir.
I have done all the things. Now the message is that your virtual machine agent status is not ready.
The status is what, sir?
It is mentioning your virtual machine agent status is not ready.
Okay,
It is
give
deployed.
some time,
Everything is done.
okay,
Yes.
give some time, sir. 2 minutes. So it will be in the running mode now. After 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Any doubts? No,
sir,
sir.
no doubt till now, but after deployment, I am not able to find the resource. Where are the resources? You can share your screen. We will see.
Okay, so let me share my screen, sir. I'll complete this resource and then I'll come to you specifically. So let me share the screen. Okay. So you can see my deployment is, so that means this Microsoft people given me are created one virtual machine with my specification. Just now I have created. Okay, just click on this go to resource button. So when I'm clicking on the go to resource button, I can come back to my virtual machine. This is the name of my virtual machine.
Sir, your screen is not visible.
My screen.
Sir, it's visible.
It's visible actually.
It is visible, sir. I have shared the screen. Maybe internet issue from your side, sir. So after deployment is complete, click on go to resource, sir. Yes, that's it. So you are able to connect to your virtual machine. You can see all the details. So this is my virtual machine name. Okay, and then these are the default things which we are given. So the size is this one B1S is my size, and this is my public IP address. So this is my resource group name, and the status is running. So all of you see here the virtual machine run status should be in running mode. It is created, now it is in running mode. You can see clearly it is in running mode. After seeing this in running mode, just copy this public IP address, sir. So there is a value like public IP address is there. Just copy that public IP address, and then using this public IP address, I want to connect to my virtual machine. So how can I connect? So go to start menu, click on the start menu, and then type RDC, remote desktop connection. Type RDC. Just select this remote desktop connection from your laptop. So here, just paste the IP address. See here, sir. This IP address I copied from virtual machine. So this IP address is just nothing but the IP address of the virtual machine. After pasting here in the remote desktop connection, click on connect. So when you are connecting to virtual machine, it is asking the credentials like username and password. Okay, already we know the username and password. While we are creating the virtual machine, you might have given the username and password. So give the same username and same password. Click on OK. Now it is asking some certificate of authentication. Click on it. Now you can able to connect to your virtual machine. So this is the virtual machine, sir. So you can see the IP address, the same IP address you can see here. That means we are going to connect to my virtual machine, which is there in the cloud. Okay, it is loading, and you can see this is my username. En user1 is my username of my virtual machine, and this is the public IP address of my virtual machine. Give 2 minutes so that it is completely loading. So meanwhile, I just want to go for a little explanation regarding virtual machine. Let me open my notepad. So virtual machine is just nothing but the simulation of the laptop, sir. So you can remember this definition. Virtual machine is just nothing but simulation of your existing laptop. Okay. So, but the place of this virtual machine will be in the Azure cloud. Okay. So now for connecting to a virtual machine which is there in the cloud, we are using like your public IP address. We are using your public IP address, and then username, password. Okay, these are the things we need to connect. So these are the things: public IP address, username, and password. Once you to the virtual machine, so you can do all the activities. What are the activities you are doing using your laptop? Normal activities. All these activities you can do using your virtual machine. Okay. Now the special purpose, I want to make this virtual machine. VM stands for virtual machine, sir. So I want to make this virtual machine to act like a server. Okay, I want to make the virtual machine to act like a server. So now I need to add to make virtual machine to act like a server. I need to add some extra features. Okay, just I'm adding the extra features to virtual machine. Then it is becoming like a server. Okay. Now what are the extra features? What are the extra features? So the first feature is I'm adding IaaS features, internet information services. I'll type this internet information services. this feature I need to add to my existing virtual machine, and then I need to go for remote connection also. Okay. So just to go for these two features, I think you are all connected to your virtual machine. So this is my virtual machine. So click on access. So this is my virtual machine, sir. This is my virtual machine. This is simple laptop. You can click on yes also. Okay, now you can see the time also. So this time is 4:53 a.m. That means it is located in a different time zone. So that's your region of selection. I have selected East US. So in the East US, this is the time 4:53. You can show that this is as a proof that this is not my laptop. This is my virtual machine, which is there in the Azure cloud. After getting the screen, so just open the control panel. In the control panel, just type control panel from the set bar. So the control panel is open. Now go to programs. Go to programs. In the programs and features option, select this option, second option, turn Windows features on and off. So when I'm clicking this feature, so I can able to delete some of the features of the virtual machine, or I can add some of the features of virtual machine. So now here you can see here, sir. So like IaaS, Internet Information Services. This feature I want to add to my existing virtual machine. And the second feature is IaaS hostable web core. I'm adding these two. Click on these two and then click on OK. Click on OK. So now these two features are going to be added to my existing virtual machine. When these two features are added to my existing virtual machine, then it will become like a server. So then I can use the server to host any website. Now it is applying all the changes I have made on the virtual machine.
Excuse me, sir. Which two option I have to select in control panel, sir?
Okay. This is IaaS, sir. Let me
IaaS.
open this. Oh, 1 second, sir. Internet Information Services is the first one, and then Internet Information Services, like hostable web. Okay. So these two options. Yeah. So now these two features are added to my virtual machine. So click on close. Now this virtual machine, now it is no longer a virtual machine. Now this is a server. Now it is called as a server. Now I want to use this particular IP address of this particular server, and I want to host a static website. I think before going to look at the website hosting on this virtual machine, everyone got connected to this one virtual machine, right? And you made the virtual machine to act like a server. Is it clear, sir? Anybody got any doubt up to this?
Sir, this machine is very slow that I have created.
Yes, sir. Give some time, sir. We'll wait. Give some time, sir. It is taking some time. 2-3 minutes it will take.
Because I have created just after you, after your instructions, and it's running. It's taking time.
Yeah. So did you select the two features, sir? Internet
So
Information
all the
Service.
features that you have mentioned that I have shared.
Okay, okay. So it will be taking some time, 2-3 minutes. Only thing is, by default, like when you are selecting IaaS and the two features, by default, one default website will be there. Okay, I'll show you the default website also after creation of this. Okay, so you can go and check. So you can go to C drive in this virtual machine. Go to C drive. I'm just going like this. I'm just opening a recycle bin. So this PC, go to C drive. After going to C drive, so you can see the first folder, INET pub. If inet pub is created, then it means that your virtual machine is a server. So click on this inet pub and then click on this www root. And now you can see. So suppose if you want, this is the default website, sir. IIS Start. IIS Start is the default website which is created when you are clicking the two features. So if you want to design your own website, like you remove these two, you can select these two, you can remove, and then you can deploy your files like HTML, CSS Java files here, and then you can host. For the time being, I'm just using the same default website. Okay, I'm just closing this. Okay, now this IP address you can remember, and I'm just running this IP address from my browser. So just copy and paste. So just copy. Where is my IP address? So you can go to your virtual machine. Now you can see. So this is the default website, sir. So this is the default website present in the server. So I just I'll show you that also. So this is the server, and this is having in the C drive, it is having some default website. And when I'm running the default website using the public IP address, it is showing. Okay, so check from your side also. You can also host a website. Otherwise, if you want to change this particular website according to your requirement, then delete the two files which is there in the www root folder, and then you can create your own web page using HTML or CSS or PHP or Java, whatever. So this is one basic advantage or one basic application for the virtual machine. So these virtual machines can be used to host the websites. This is the major application. So anybody got any doubt till now? Hello. See, sir, now I am going to create my own website. It will take 2 minutes more time. So just go to the same folder, C drive. Go to C drive. Go to inetpub. Go to www root. And now I am selecting these two files. I'm deleting, sir. No, there is no default website. Now I want to create my own website. So just click on right click. I'm creating a new file, sir. Go to new, go to text document. Text document. All of you type the name of this text document is index.txt. The name should be same, sir. For all of you, the name should be same. Index.txt. Open that. Here you can write. Hi, I am Narendra. Okay, so that is the thing. So Control S, save that, close this. You can save. You can type anything, sir. Here, if you are good at HTML, CSS, you can type all the code. But I am typing hi, I am Narendra. So now I am going for file. I am going for save as. Now I am saving as, type as all. You can select all files here. Okay. So now you can change the extension, sir. Instead of keeping index.txt, you can mention that as index.html. Index.html. Remove the txt, in place of txt, type html and then save. And then save. And you can see here, one HTML file is created. Okay, which is there in the www root. Okay, now you close this. And now I am going back to my browser. So this is the browser. Now refresh this and see the difference. Refresh this. So when I'm refreshing this, the old website, default website went out, and now I can see my content. Hi, I am Narendra. So this is the content I have placed in the HTML file. So that I can access. That is how you can create your own website, and you can host that website using that virtual machine. So any doubts in this side, sir, up to this?
Sir, please show the HTML code.
What is that, sir?
Can you please show the HTML code that you have written?
No, sir, I have not written anything. So just I opened. I'll show you that also. I have opened a text document, sir. So this is the text document I have
Yes,
opened.
sir.
Okay, and then I changed that extension to .html. Automatically, my text file
Okay,
is
okay. Right.
converted to HTML file. Just type anything, sir.
Thank you,
Random
thank
thing. Welcome, something. Hi, something. So any doubts?
So
till now,
Narendra,
please?
some faculties are asking to repeat the step after deployment.
Okay, okay. Okay, I'll just disconnect my virtual machine. I'm just disconnecting my virtual machine. Okay, so now I'm going back to my virtual machine. This is the page. Okay, in my laptop, I can see my virtual machine, the details of virtual machine. So when you are clicking on go to resource. After deployment is complete, there is a button like go to resource. When you click on the go to resource, so you are going to see all the details here. This is the page. So here in this page, the first thing is you can see all the details, like what is that operating system, what is the size of your virtual machine, your resource group, and the status of your virtual machine. The status of this virtual machine should be in the running condition. Once you ensure that your virtual machine is in running condition, just to copy this public IP address. Just copy this public IP address. Okay, and then open remote desktop connection from your laptop. Type RDC. So when you are typing RDC in the search box, you can see remote desktop connection, and here you paste the public IP address. So this is the public IP address of the virtual machine where I have copied from this page. So and then click on connect. When I'm connecting to my virtual machine, it is asking username and password. Already I have connected to my virtual machine. That is the reason why it is already selected my username, and now I need to give the password. For your case, it is asking both username and password. So just provide the username and password. This is the username and this is the password which you have created at the time of your virtual machine creation. So just I'm providing my password here and click on OK. Click on OK and click on yes also. That's it. Now you can connect to your virtual machine. This is my virtual machine, and you can see the time zone also. This is for morning 5 o'clock. That means it is not my laptop, it is my virtual machine. Why it is 5 means because I have selected the region as East US. In the East US, the time zone is different, and India, the time zone is different. That is the reason why the time difference is there. So after getting connected to virtual machine, so make this virtual machine to act like a server. Up to this, it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am changing this virtual machine to act like a server. Okay. How can I add? This is my virtual machine. I want to make this virtual machine to act like a server. So that means here I need to add some extra features to the existing virtual machine so that it is becoming like a server. So what are the extra features? So these are the features. I need to add the feature IIS feature and the hostable web core. Hostable web core. I need to give these two features. Okay. So then how can I add these two features to my virtual machine? So for that, you need to go to control panel. So just in the search box in the virtual machine, in the search box, you type control panel. Just type control panel. Just select control panel. So after that, you can select programs. Select programs. in this programs and features, okay, under programs and feature, go for the second option, turn Windows features on or off. So I can add some of the features or I can delete some of the features. Now I'm clicking on this. Now select these two features, sir. Internet Information Services. You can remember this as IIS. Add this Internet Information Services and the second one also. Internet Information Services Hostable Web Core. Select these two and then click on OK. Click on OK. It will take 2 minutes time to get updated. So after update, so you are going to have close button. Just close that button. Click on the close button. So then your virtual machine became a server. So any doubts up to now? Any doubts? I think you all created the virtual machine and you made your virtual machine to act like a server. The next step is by default, the virtual machine is having some default website. So now I want to see the website. I want to host this website. Okay. For that, just copy the public IP address of the virtual machine and open the browser, any new browser, paste the public IP address of your virtual machine, enter. Now you can see, hi, I am Narendra. So this is the page, HTML page it is hosting now. For your case, a default website will be hosted. So you can see that default website. If you want to change the default website, you can change using your programming languages like HTML, CSS, Java, anything. I think you're all comfortable now. 1 second. Okay, how to host the website? Just copy the IP address of the virtual machine, sir. Just copy the IP address of the virtual machine. How can you copy where it is available? So just go to your portal.azure.com and then here you can see the public IP address. You just copy here. Just copy here and paste it here. That's it. Done. So this is the way to view the IP address, and you can see the default website which is there in the virtual machine. Nisi ji, is it clear? Okay. So for creation of our own website, go to C Drive, sir. For creation of virtual machine, our own website. Okay. So go to virtual machine. This is my virtual machine. And then go to C Drive. I'm going to C Drive. In the C Drive, I can see inet pub is there. Click on this inet pub. And then click on this www root. And now you can create here, sir. You can create all your web pages, HTML pages here. This is my file. Suppose I am opening this. I'm just open this. I want to change the text. Instead of I am Narendra, I'm keeping hello world. Okay, Control S. Okay, and now I'm going for saving this file, save as, and now remove this txt and type like HTML. and select all files. That's it. I'm just replacing the old file. Yes, this is how I can create. After creation of my HTML file, I am coming back to my normal laptop and I'm pasting my public IP address here. This is my public IP address of my virtual machine. And if I'm running this, so you can see hello world is printed now. So this is how you can able to host any website. Maybe it is a static website or a dynamic website you can host. Use some languages like HTML, these files, and create some of the files, some of the images. You can make your website interactive, and then you can host using your virtual machine server. Yes, sir. This one is a static website, right? So any doubts till now? Anybody got any issue means please share the screen. We'll try to solve that. After creation of this virtual machine, please provide your screenshot in the here, sir. So let me take this one. So this is my virtual machine. So just I'm taking the screenshot. So take the screenshot. And then paste it in the chat, sir, so that we all can see. All of you take the screenshot of your virtual machine and place it in the chat. Nice, nice. Okay. Nice. Any doubt in creation of virtual machine? Congratulations. Nisiji Edge page is loaded. Sorry, you share the screen, sir. Nisiji, you share the screen. Sir, there is a into mark is there na, on the top right corner. So just click on that. The edge page will be closed. Dilip sir, congratulations. Nisiji, just close the into mark is there on the top right corner. So you can click on that and the edge page will be closed. Okay, it will take some time. It is not completely loaded, I think. So after completely loading, it will be deleted. Yeah. So meanwhile, those who got completed this activity, please post your screenshot of virtual machine in the chat. Those who are having some doubt, so please ask us, we'll solve. Mahesh?
Yes, Harvinder.
Yeah, so few faculty members got finished of this activity.
Yes. We can
Nobody is
move
asking
further.
any doubt.
Okay, we can move further for Linux machine.
Actually, it is getting to 11 o'clock.
Hmm.
Can I start the Linux virtual machine now or
Yes,
after
we can.
break?
We can start Linux. No issue.
Okay.
After completing,
So-
we will be taking break.
Okay, okay. So I'm just sharing the screen. Now we'll go for the second activity, sir. I want to create a Linux operating system based virtual machine. Till now, what we have done is we have created a Windows virtual machine. Now I want to go to virtual machine, but this time I want to configure that for Linux operating system. See that, sir, everything is same. Only few changes are there. Okay, so just click on the Microsoft Azure. That means I'm going back to home page. So this is my home page. Now I am typing virtual machine here in the search box. Virtual machine, VIRTUAL, virtual machine, and select the virtual machine under services. Now here you can see here all these are Windows virtual machines. So these are the virtual machines which are created by us. Okay. So now click on this create button. Click on this create button. Select Azure virtual machine. The same page will come, sir, as similar to Windows virtual machine. Okay. So here you are having the subscription as EF subscription, and now select a resource group name as FDP8_day2. All of you select the same resource group FDP8_day2 and give the virtual machine name. So here my virtual machine line name is EN Linux1 VM1. This name should be unique. This name should be unique one. Okay, and I'm keeping the region as East US only. Availability zone, already we know no infrastructure is needed, and security type is standard. Now this is the only difference, sir. By default, the image is Ubuntu Server 20.04 LTS. You can keep the same operating system. No need to change. Okay, Ubuntu Server 20.04 LTS. You can keep the same image. This is the nothing but Linux operating system. You need to observe that this is the Linux operating system. After that, VM architecture by default is 64-bit architecture. And for me, the size is B1S. If it is not B1S, just click on this all sizes. Click on this all sizes and then select a B1S here. From this window, you can select B1S here and then click on select. It is the same exercise. I'm selecting B1S and now authentication type. So regarding the authentication type, I'm not going for public key. Instead, I want to go for password based connection. So password based connection means you need to give some user ID and password to connect to your virtual machine once it is created. So now I'm giving the username. It is as similar to the earlier case. I am giving user2, en user2. This is my username, and give the password also. The password is the combination of small letters, capital letters, numbers, and some special characters. And provide the password for confirmation. So this is my username and password. Just remember this username and this password also. When you want to connect to your Linux virtual machine, these two are important. Username and password. Yeah. So after giving username and password, now coming to inbound ports. By default, this is in SSH. Okay. So for just remember, sir, like for Windows virtual machine, the inbound port are RDP. For Linux virtual machine, the inbound port will be SSH. Now I want to use this Linux virtual machine. After creation of this Linux virtual machine, I want to make this Linux virtual machine as server. And now I want to use this server to host a website, a static website. For that, I need one port like HTTP. So just here also, I have created one static website on this virtual machine. So I have created one more HTTP port on this virtual machine, on this Windows virtual machine. The same way, I want to host one static website on Linux virtual machine also. So for that, I need HTTP port also. So for that, I'm just selecting, besides SSH, I'm selecting one more, HTTP also. That's it. Okay. So we can go for next. So just observe. Don't change anything. So just observe. You can. So here networking part will come. Yes, this is this is Windows virtual machine is selected. Okay, now I'm creating one more. So for your case, your virtual machine name should come EN Linux VM1 hyphen VNet. Okay. So this is my virtual network. For your case, if you are seeing your virtual network as your a virtual machine name hyphen VNet, that is correct. So just click on monitor, advanced, tags, and then finally review plus create. Click on this review plus create. When you are clicking on review plus create, it is going to validate. So it is running the validation. If all the names, your configuration, operating system are available right now, it is going to give you validation fast. Yes, all these things are available for the Azure cloud. So this is giving me validation fast. And you can see the amount of this virtual machine is 0.8 rupees per hour. So after noting this, click on create. Click on this create. It is taking 2 minutes time to completely deploy your configuration, your virtual machine on your subscription. So that is the reason why it is called as on demand. So just now I have requested this service, Azure cloud service provider, and it is going to create that service for my account. So you can see the deployment is in progress. Means it is giving us the service. This is called as on demand. The moment the client is requesting, the same moment the cloud service provider are giving us the service. So these are all the sub services which are created on behalf of the Linux virtual machine. Some is created, VNet is created. Okay, so then okay, so just after create, my deployment is complete. You can see here messages deployment is complete. So then click on this go to resource. That's it. It is as similar to Windows virtual machine. Now this is my overview page. Overview page of my Linux virtual machine. So this is my Linux virtual machine name, and this is my resource group name FDP8_day2, and the condition for my Linux virtual machine is in running condition, and this is the location. Okay, this is the East US location. This is my subscription, and then operating system is Ubuntu 20.04, and this is the size. The size of my virtual machine is B1S. B1S means what? One CPU is there, 1 GB memory is there, and this is my public IP address, and this is my virtual network. All these are the overview or the basic details of my virtual machine. After noting this basic details, just copy the public IP address. So why I'm copying the public IP address of this virtual machine? I'm using this public IP address to get connected to my virtual machine from my laptop. So here we need to download two things, two softwares we need to download. Two software to be downloaded. The first software is Putty. You can download Putty software. The Putty software is a small software which it is called as a SSH client, using which you can able to connect to your Linux virtual machine from your laptop. And the second one is FileZilla. So these are the two softwares you need to download in your laptop. So I'll just share these two softwares in Putty and FileZilla. So see here the procedure. You can see the procedure, and meanwhile in the break you can download the two softwares also. So now I already downloaded and installed these two softwares in my laptop. So just I'm invoking Putty. Just click on Putty. So this is the interface, Putty. So just in the host name or IP address, just paste the IP address of my virtual machine. So where is my virtual machine IP address? This is my virtual machine IP address. And now I'm using. So I'm just closing this. I'm opening this Putty. This is my Putty software. Just paste this IP address, and you can maintain the same port, SSH port with number 22. Just click on open. Clear, accept. So now it is asking me username and password. The same thing happened for Windows virtual machine also, where I need to give username and password. Here also I'm giving the username. My username is ENUser2. This is my username, enter. And now it is asking me the password. So just enter the password. Enter. After entering the password, just click on this enter. Now you can see my virtual machine name is, you can clearly see the last line, ENUser2 @EN Linux virtual machine 1. So that means this is my name of the virtual machine. It means that I have connected to my virtual machine using Putty. So till now I have connected to my virtual machine. Okay, so let us see, using Putty software, I can connect to my Linux virtual machine. So that's it, using some user ID and password. Okay, so while I'm connecting to my Linux virtual machine, what are the things it is asking? The Putty software is asking the public IP address. It is asking public IP address. It is asking username. It is asking password. So we need to give these three things to Putty. Then I can able to connect to my virtual machine. Now this Linux virtual machine is simple laptop. It is not useful for hosting any website. For hosting any website, we need a server. So that is the reason why I am adding some extra features. I'm adding some extra features to the existing Linux virtual machine to make this a server. It is quite similar to Windows Windows virtual machine. Here also I'm adding some extra features. Now how can I give these extra features? Since Linux is not a GUI based application, so I am going to give these extra features using some command. So what is the command? So these are the commands. So sudo.su, sudo space su. SU stands for super user. So whenever I'm making my normal virtual machine to act like a super user, which means it is becoming like a server. So that is how I'm adding some extra features to my Linux virtual machine so that it is working like a server. So now where to give this command? So here at the command prompt, you type the commands sudo space su and then enter. So now it is becoming like a server. It is a super user. It is going to get all the features from, okay, all the features like the server. The second, just to remember all these commands, I'll put it in the chat also. The first command is sudo su. So when I'm running this sudo.su, I'm making my virtual machine as a super user. So now I'm going to update all the content, all the files from the root to the existing virtual machine, like our folder, I'm updating. So for that, the command is apt-get update, and then third command is apt-get. Okay, so install the Apache 2 server. So this is my server name, Apache 2. And the fourth command is I need to run this service Apache 2 start. And the final one is I need to see the Apache 2 server working or not. So for that command, service Apache 2 status. So these are the commands which I am going to use to host my static website on this Linux virtual machine. So I'll just paste here in the chat. Okay, so I have already pasted in the chat. You can copy from that. So for the time being, I'm just connected to my Linux virtual machine. I already run sudo.su. Now I'm going to update all the files. So for that, I am going for second command, apt-get space and update. Just type the command, enter. Now it is updating all the files existing in this virtual machine. It will be taking 2 minutes time to update all the files. Yeah, it is updated all the files. Now I am installing the Apache 2 server on this Linux virtual machine. So for that, I need to use this command, apt-get install Apache 2. Apache 2. This is the server name. Just enter. You can say yes. Do you want to continue? You can say yes. Enter. So the server Apache 2 server is being installed on my Linux virtual machine. Yeah, it is installed. Now I want to see. So for that, the command is service Apache 2 start. I'm starting the server now. Enter. Yes. Now you go for service Apache 2 start. Okay. So I think you all are comfortable with this. Just go and run these commands sequentially. Once these commands are sequentially done, so you can see the Apache 2 server. So for that, we need to have one more software like FileZilla. So I just open the FileZilla software also, the second software. So just you need to download FileZilla software from your end. From my end, already I downloaded and installed FileZilla software in my laptop. Just open that. I'm just opening the FileZilla software. Don't worry, we'll explain. Okay. Nisiri, I'll explain. This is the FileZilla software. So this FileZilla software is a small client which is used to connect to SSH client. So for that, it needs some host, that means IP address, username, password, and port number. We already know the IP address. So where is my IP address? go back to the creation page of my Linux virtual machine. Just copy this public IP address and you can paste it in the host. So just paste it in the host and you can give the username, Linux machine username and password. And give the port name is SSH port. That means port number 22 and click on quick connect. Okay, it is connected. You can see my EN user 2 is highlighted here. So now you can go for a remote site here. You just remove this. Okay, this navigation. Now you go for variable folder. So just type /var, enter. So now variable path is taken. Now in the under variable, so you can go for www, enter. Yes, under
Narendra,
W. Yeah.
Nishi is asking like which file Zilla would they will be downloading, client or server?
Yeah, after this last step, na. So after completing, we'll come to Nisiji.
Okay, fine.
1 minute only, na. 1 minute. I'm completing this. I'll provide this path also. So just provide the HTML in this var folder, www folder, HTML file will be there. So this is quite similar to Windows Windows virtual machine, where you went to C drive, where you went to inetpub. In that inetpub, www root folder is there. In that root folder, you are having the HTML file. The same here also. But this is the path. I'll just copy the path. So you can see HTML in the HTML folder, HTML index.html file is there. Okay. Now I want to host what is there inside this index.html. Okay, file. So for that, the same procedure. Just copy this IP address of Linux virtual machine. Go to the browser, new browser, paste the IP address, and then enter. So see, this is Apache 2 default page. So that means using this IP address, I can able to host one static web page. So if you want to host any dynamic web page, so you can create. So you can create the dynamic web page and you can keep all your dynamic pages like HTML, CSS files in this folder, like in this folder, HTML folder. I'll just keep this path also in the chat. So this is the path we need to go and we need to host. We need to place the HTML file. Yeah, Nisiji, can you share the screen, sir? Can you share the screen? I stopped sharing the screen. So now we already seen that using Linux virtual machine also, we can host a static website. So you can extend the same concept to host a dynamic website on your Linux virtual machine also. Nisiji, share the screen. So we'll explain. Yeah, deployed with Linux virtual machine. There is a button like go to resource, sir. Click on go to resource. Nisiji, just share the screen, sir. So it will be more comfortable to guide. Okay, Nisiji, I'm adding you. You can. Yeah. So now you can add, sir. Yes. We need to download the two software, sir. Nisiji, share the screen. Share the screen, sir. You can share the screen. I have given the permission.
I'm thinking like some of the staff faculties are confused, like which FileZilla needs to be downloaded. See,
Okay,
the
I'll show you that
FileZilla,
also.
the client
Just
version you need to
uh,
download instead of downloading server version. You need to download client version.
can I share the screen, Mahesh? I'll just
Yes,
show them.
yes, Naveen.
So that regarding the two softwares, the first, let me share the screen. The first software name is Putty. Mahesh, can you see the screen now?
Yes, Narendra.
So now I am going for the first software download. The first software name is Putty. Okay, just Putty download. Just type Putty download from the browser and see. Here you can see so many links will be there. So in these links, so here you can see a free SSH and parent client. So the client version you need to download. Client for Windows. So just click on this. Okay. From this you can download Putty. So this is the option. So this is the option. You just click on this download Putty. That's it. So this is a Putty. So here you can go for 64-bit operating system. We are all using a 64-bit operating system. So for that, just click on this. So one new software, Putty software is going to be installed. See here. So just click on this and download. Install this software. That's it. Any doubts in this Putty download? Any doubts in this Putty download? Okay. So please download from your end. So can I go for the FileZilla also now? Mahesh, I'm going for FileZilla also. Okay. For
Yes, Narendra.
FileZilla, the same procedure. Just to type file FILG file Zilla download. FileZilla download. ZILLA. FileZilla download. And here you can go for download FileZilla client for Windows. Okay, you can select this. And you can click on FileZilla download. So click on this. Okay. Click on this. That's it.
Any
This is
dots,
also
ma?
the
Any
download.
dots, structures, unions? Huh?
So that is how you can download both the files, both the softwares. After downloading, you please install the software, the two softwares, Putty and FileZilla. So after break, we are trying to deploy one static website on Linux virtual machine. So any doubts in this Putty download and FileZilla software download? Okay. Yes, Sakina ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Mahesh, I think they can download now. After creation of virtual machine, please take the screenshot and place it in the chat so that we can see. Mahesh, shall we go for break now?
Yes, Narendra.
So we'll break for 15 minutes. So we'll come by at 11:30. So at 11:30, we'll resume. Thank you. Yeah, Mahesh.
Yes, Narendra.
Yeah, welcome back all the faculty members. So we'll go for the next service. Before going into the next service, please tell me any doubts if you are having regarding Windows Virtual Machine or Linux Virtual Machine. So we'll discuss for 10 minutes and we'll move on to the next service. Any sort of doubt you are facing, any challenge, if you stuck up somewhere, so please tell us.
Faculty, you can unmute yourself and you can clear your doubt.
Nisi had your doubt completed?
Sir, how to get this IIS server in virtual machine client virtual machine? Do we need to download it?
Sir,
Sir,
which virtual machine,
actually,
sir?
IIS
Linux?
server is nothing but Internet Information Service Manager, which has been used to host any HTTP protocols, like HTTP
Yeah,
website,
yeah,
hypertext
that's right. But
transfer
in
protocol.
this virtual machine, do we need to take it from somewhere? Because
No,
IIS
no,
was
no.
not.
You're talking about Linux or Windows based
No,
OS.
Windows.
So IIS server now,
Yeah.
there is by default it is there in the Windows system only, Windows operating system only.
When I opened that
Just you
virtual
need to
machine on
add the
Windows,
role and features for installing IIS.
okay, because I could not find it there in the virtual machine on Windows.
So you can go to which image you have configured for your virtual machine.
Is
It
it
was,
Windows 10?
yeah, it's Windows 10 Pro.
So
Then
go to the control panel. That's it.
so Manoj sir, you can share the screen, sir. You can share.
Go to control panel. In control panel, you will be finding one turn off or on feature. Windows features are there. You just click on that, and there you will be finding those IIS installation. So generally, what we do when we install this server now on cloud computing or any on locally also, we install server OS on that server. So the practical which you have performed the local OS, which is Windows 10, 8, anything. But for server, there is different OS, which has been used for server only, which is called as data center server 2022, 2026. So it is a kind of server OS which you need to install at that time in real practical scenario. So any more doubts, if you are having with you, please let us know. You can unmute yourself and or shall we move further for the next practical? Yes. Yes, I think so. Narendra, we should move further. I don't think like faculties are having issues or doubts. If faculty you are having issues or doubt, you can put it into the chat box. I will be resolving your issues and doubt. And our second model, what we will be learning is of SQL database. Okay, how to configure SQL database on cloud computing. Shruti, ma'am, you do one thing, you just restart your virtual machine. So go to your Azure portal and restart your virtual machine and then try to connect with this remote desktop connection. Then you will be able to connect to your machine. So generally this RDP is used for this remote desktop, like to access your virtual machine because it is virtually. So that is the reason you are here. Okay, you have did this.
Mahesh, can I give the permission where she can share the screen?
Yes, sure.
Ah.
Shruti ma'am, you can share your screen so we can.
You can
figure
share the
out
screen,
what
ma'am, now.
issues you are getting.
Shruti ma'am, Shruti Soni ma'am. So please share the screen. Sajina ma'am, FileZilla is a software which is used to connect to my Linux virtual machine from my laptop. So which is used to transfer files, different files, HTML files from my local laptop to my virtual machine. So that is a file transfer software. Using that FileZilla software, I'm transferring my local files to remote files.
Shruti ma'am, click on connect button. Download the RTP file from there. No, we can't see ma'am anything from this. See there at the top, you will be having connect button. Na? Just click on that connect button.
Go to left side, ma'am. Left side. We are seeing the right part. So go to the left part. There is a connect button. You can see the first button, I think. Connect.
I can't find its associate button.
Connect button.
She's saying like that is button is not connect button, but that is associate button.
No, in the menu section you will be finding, ma'am.
Ma'am, please go to the left hand side. Click on overview button.
What is the name of your virtual machine, ma'am?
Can you show that FDP1?
FDP1-M.
I think disassociate.
Okay, wait a minute. Ma'am, let me share my screen. I'm opening your virtual machine.
So your virtual machine name is FDP hyphen. What is that, ma'am?
M.
Your virtual
Caps lock
machine.
M.
Okay.
FDP1.
Okay, this is your virtual machine, ma'am, right?
So he's connected to your virtual machine, ma'am. So you can see now.
Yes.
This is the virtual machine. Now, ma'am, go
Yes,
to
sir.
this connect button and click on this connect.
On my, it's not, it's associate button, so see.
Oh,
It's
ma'am,
not there.
ma'am, go
Connect
to this overview. Go to your home page first. Click on your home page and search for virtual machine here. Virtual machine. And click on this virtual machine and you will be finding a list of virtual machine which is being created by faculties. So find your virtual machine name, click on that, and after clicking on that, this page will be reflecting to you. So here one connect button is there. You can see my screen.
I did it.
You got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Just go to connect.
She already copied that IP address.
Connect it and download this. This is a which machine, ma'am?
Linux
machine. Okay. So have you copied your IP address?
Yes, sir.
No, ma'am. Don't go for a remote
then
desktop
why
connection.
you are using a remote desktop? For SSH key, you need to use command prompt, ma'am. The remote desktop is being used for Windows-based machine only.
To
So
open
the
the putty
machine is
software,
window based only.
ma'am. So
It's
don't go
Windows
for
7.
No, ma'am. I'm talking about the virtual machine which you have configured on cloud. So you need to download either Putty software. You can access through your command prompt also. But these two things you need to do it to access your Linux-based virtual machine, which you have configured on your Azure portal. Got it, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes.
ma'am, download the putty software and FileZilla software.
So
Then
I
you can
did.
able
I
to connect.
downloaded Putty. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
then
from Putty software
open
you
the
can download.
putty.
Putty is
Okay.
more easier compared to your command prompt. If you want to access through command prompt also, you can do that also.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So any more doubts of faculty?
Suprava ma'am, you want something like what did you have done? Sorry. Okay, Narendra, Nisi ma'am wants one more time to explain this Putty. What is this Putty?
Yeah, Putty is a small software, ma'am, which is used for connecting to my Linux virtual machine through port number 22. If if I want to connect from my port number 22, which is a particular software which is useful for that. That is nothing but Putty. So since I have created a Linux virtual machine which is there in the Azure cloud. So if I want to connect to my Azure cloud virtual machine, I need to connect through port number 22 of my virtual machine. Send me virtual machine connection details. Host name is just nothing but your IP address, ma'am. Host name is the IP address, yes. And then username. Username means that moment of you are creating the Linux virtual machine. What is that user ID you are created? That is the user ID. And the same password we need to give. And here the port number is 22, ma'am. Since this is a Linux virtual machine, we can access the Linux virtual machine through port number 22. And then click on quick connect. Can I share the screen and explain you the same procedure again, ma'am? Like, can I share the screen again? Mahesh, do we have time?
Yes, Nath.
Mahesh, do we have time?
Yes. Actually, we are running out of time, but it's okay. You can explain it quicker.
Within 5 minutes, I'll complete. Within 5 minutes, I'll complete.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you all see the screen now?
Yes, Narendra.
Yeah. Thank you. So this is my virtual machine name, ma'am. So Linux virtual machine, and I'm just copying this IP address, ma'am. So this is my in overview page. The IP address is available. Just copy this IP address of Linux virtual machine. So once you copy this IP address, go to Putty. So already you might have downloaded the Putty in your laptops. Just open that Putty. So just I'm opening Putty from my laptop. So this is Putty software. Open that. So can you all able to see the Putty? So this is the interface window. So here host name is there. In this host name, just paste the IP address which you have copied just now. This is the IP address of the Linux virtual machine. And the port number is, you can observe, the port number is 22. By default, it is a SSH client. So SSH client is using port number 22. So after configuring this IP address and port number, okay, then go for open. Click on this open. That's it. So here it is asking you type your username and password. My username is, at the moment I am creating Okay, my Linux virtual machine, I have given en user2 as my username, and after that it is asking password. Just provide the password also. This is also at the moment you are creating your Linux virtual machine, you might have created one password. Whenever you are giving the password, something like this. So till now what I have done is I have opened a putty software and I configured the putty software for my Linux operating system, Linux virtual machine IP address, and then click on open. So after that, I'm getting this window. Here I'm giving username and password, and after providing, I can able to connect to my Linux virtual machine. You can see here. So my Linux virtual machine name and the username. So after that, the first command. What is that first command? So this is the first command. Just copy this sudo space su. Sudo space su. So when I'm typing here sudo space su, like sudo space su, enter. So I am making my virtual machine to act like a server, super user. Su stands for super user. Okay, just type sudo space su, enter. Then the first command is done. The second command is I'm updating all my folders. Okay, so for that command, so I'm using apt-get update. So just type this, or you can copy paste it also. apt-get update. So this is the command. Just enter. Now it is updating all the files. Okay, done. And the third one is I need to install Apache 2. This is the server name. Apache 2 is the server name, and I am installing this Apache 2 server on my Linux virtual machine. For that, what I need to use, this is the command apt-get install Apache 2. So just I'm typing here apt-get install APACHE2. This is the server name. Just enter. Okay, so now it is installed. It is already installed for you now, for you first time now. So it is taking little time, and finally it is installed Apache 2 server in your Linux virtual machine. After install Apache 2 server virtual machine, I need to start the server. For starting the server, so this is the command which we are using. Service server name Apache 2 and start. Just type service Apache 2 start. Okay, enter. That's it. So now my Apache 2 server is started now. So it is started. Now I want to see the status here. If I want to see the status, the next command is service Apache 2 status. Just type this service Apache 2 status. Enter. That's it. So now the server is started. You can see the HTTP server is started now. Okay. So now we need to see the web page or the server. Okay. For that, what to do is I need to go for a particular path where I can see my HTML files and all. So for that, what is the path where I'm having HTML files in Linux virtual machine? In the variable folder, we have like www folder is there. In that folder, we have a file like index.html is there. Index.html is there. Okay. Now that is the reason why I'm going for this is the path /var/www/html/index.html. This is the path. This is the path I need to go. So for that, I'm going for the first one, var. So if I want to go to this particular path and copy, by default, when I'm making my Linux virtual machine as super user, by default index.html file will be loaded in the Linux virtual machine by default. So suppose if I don't want to use this index.html file, you can use your own created your HTML file or CSS file. So you can delete this HTML file and you can try to recall any of your files from your laptop. So that is the reason why. So maybe in your local laptop, laptop, you are having some HTML files. Okay, some web pages you are having. So now if I want to move these local files to my Linux virtual machine. Okay, if I want to copy my local HTML files to Linux virtual machine, I need a software. Okay, I need a software. That software is nothing but FileZilla. FileZilla is the software which is used for transferring the files using FTP protocol, file transfer protocol. So we using this FTP protocol, what are the local files you are having? All these files can be transferred to a Linux virtual machine. So this Linux virtual machine I'm calling as remote. This is not in my local premise. So this is there in the cloud. So that is the reason why I'm using this Linux virtual machine as remote. So that means here this FileZilla software which is used to transfer the files from local machines to remote machines. Local machine to, that means a laptop to virtual machine. So I'm using this FileZilla. So just I'm opening this FileZilla. Already I installed this FileZilla. So just open this FileZilla. Open this FileZilla and just configure the FileZilla with the Linux virtual machine details. Yeah. So here it is asking 4 quantities like what is the host name, username, password, and port. So already I know host name is nothing but IP address. So where I'm getting this IP address, just go for this IP address. So this is my IP address of Linux virtual machine. Just copy this public IP address of Linux virtual machine. Just paste it here. Done. And the username. So my username is ENUser2 and give the password. This is my password and the port number through which I am connecting to my virtual machine is 22. Just click on connect. Yes. So it is going to see here. It is going to connect to my user2. So you can see final a directory listing of /home/ENUser2 successful. So it is getting connected to my virtual machine through FileZilla. So now here I want to go to index.html file. So where I'm finding this index.html file, this is the default HTML file which is given by default. Like when I'm running this sudo.su, this file is created. So where is this index.html file? In this path. You can remember this path. Okay, var /www/html. This is the path in which index.html file is there. I want to see this index.html file. So now I'm going for var. Okay, now go to FileZilla. So here I am in this path, like home, in the home root. I'm in the ENUser2 folder. So I don't want to go for this particular path. I'm removing this. Okay, I'm typing /var and then enter. You can see here I am going for var. So in this var you can expand. So there are many folders are there. Like I want to go for www. I can go for manually here like this, or else I can type here also under /var. I'm having many folders. Like I want to go for www and then enter. See here I are connected to www. Now under www also we are having like HTML folder is there. So I want to connect to HTML folder. So for that /HTML then enter. So now I can see here index.html file is visible now. After going through these folders like var, www, HTML, I'm finally getting index.html. After visualizing this index.html file, I can use this particular HTML file to host the Linux server. So for that, so what I need to do is just copy this public IP address from your virtual machine and just go to the browser, just paste it and then enter. Paste the public IP address on virtual machine and then enter. So now it is a default page. That index.html file is there now. In the index.html file, this is the content. So this is the content, it is there. So if you want to see this content, otherwise, if you want to change, suppose if you want to change, if you want to configure for your own in HTML file, so you can delete this. You can right click, you can delete. Okay, you can delete this file, and like I'm deleting this file. Okay, now I can go and select one more file. Like if you are having in your laptop, if you are having your HTML file, so you can connect from this. So you can connect from this. This window is for local files, and this window is for remote files. So just you drag and drop it on this. So just I think I'm having any index file or not. I'll check. These are all the my files. Like I'm having my own index file, index HTML file is there. Just I'm dragging to the right side. So see here, and it is, you can copy paste. Okay. So it is asking target file already exists. Okay. Okay. So it is overwritten, I think. So now see here, I changed this. If I want to see my web page, go to new portal, a new tab, and enter the same public IP address of the Linux virtual machine, and just enter here. So you can see here. So if you want to have your own your own index files, you can copy here, and you can run your own website. So you can copy from your local laptop. You can copy all the HTML, CSS, PHP, Java files into this folder, and then use the same IP address to get connected to this website. That's it. Is it clear, or any doubts still? Nisiji, first. Can you share the screen, Nisiji? Mahesh?
Yes, yes, madam.
Nisiji is having one doubt. She's not able to, I think, run.
Let me see.
So I'm adding Nisiji to presenter.
Nisha ma'am, you can do one thing. First type the command sudo su. Sudo su, then you can try this apt command.
Nisiji, please share the screen. So you can share the screen now. Okay.
Sapna ma'am, what is the issue you are getting here? You can choose different region, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
The size is not available to you. And Nisi ma'am, you can just close the command prompt and try one more time so you can get those things done properly. And check the path of file also, like where this command prompt path is being given. So you need to check that also. I think Narendra, we should move to the second practical. Nishu ma'am is having still problem. Okay, let me see. Sudo is not been recognized. So try actually what the thing is happening. Don't use sudo command like sudo is not been applied to your virtual machine. So see which image you have configured for your virtual machine, and according to that image only you need to write the commands. Yes, with Ubuntu, in Ubuntu, try different commands which will be supported for Ubuntu. So most of the time it happens like Ubuntu, some versions are also getting changed, and for those versions, some commands are not been supported. Like sudo is not been supported by some commands. So you just try with apt get.
Nishiji, what is your machine name? Virtual machine name? NJPLI. NJP. Okay.
Okay, Suprava ma'am, you can download, now you can go to this portal.azure.com and you can do the practicals on there. Okay, Nishi ma'am, you can explore more commands with Linux and you can have, you can run those commands on Linux videos, no issue. So I think we should move further. Let us start the next practical, which is of SQL database. So I'm assuming that you people might be knowing what is database, right? Can anyone tell me what is the SQL database or a DBMS? Yes, any one of you can explain me what is the database?
Collection of samples.
Collection of sample, how so ma'am? Like
Historical
what
data.
scenario? Yes. It's collection of
Historical samples specific to a requirement.
I'm asking about the database. Like we use database for building any software or any kind of applications, any website. So some table formation in tabular format we store the data, right? So that what I'm asking. Like what is this SQL database? You can take it SQL. My SQL server is there. There are a lot of companies are there which are providing us a software to manage this data, which is also called as database management system, DBMS. So can just anyone explore more about this concept of DBMS? What is this DBMS actually? Narendra, please help to this Vandana ma'am, like she's having some issue. I have given subscription to Vandana ma'am.
Yeah. Vandana, just open the new tab. Open the new tab, and in the new tab, in the address bar, you type portal.azure.com and then enter.
Yes, some of the faculties has given the answers also. The database management system, structured database, management of database, and after accepting, okay,
Yes, sir.
like this is in very short, I can tell you, it is a system or it is a software which has been used to manage your database. Okay, so this is what called as DBMS. So what is the difference between DBMS and file management system? Can anyone tell me that also? How previously before this DBMS the data was been organized or managed? Do anyone know this thing? Yes, you can unmute yourself and you can add these questions. Like you can add your answer to this question.
Before to databases, which sources we are using to keep our data?
Yes. Even nowadays also we are using this file management system, and we have gone through various softwares and database management skills before this the latest one. So we used to store files we used to store data in some file, right? So that is what the file management system. So the drawbacks which this file management system is having is been removed in this DBMS, okay, which has been removed in this DBMS software. Like to run a third party software, like to run a data, okay, to access any kind of data in file management system, we need a third party software. For an example, the data is there with MP3 file. So for running this MP3 file, I need this MP3 player to run this file. The same thing if I'm having doc file, to run this doc file, to get access to this doc file, I will be needed this Microsoft Office, right? So this is the third party support which were needed for this file management system. But when you will be using this DBMS, only the one software you will be needed to access any kind of data. That is what called as DBMS. Okay, so it is a software which manages your data in consistent manner and in proper format. Like whatever data you will be storing, it will be stored in that data type itself. It will be stored into rows and columns. Okay, so here in this practical also we will be performing some SQL queries where in local machine what the things were previously was done before this cloud computing was not there. So what those developer used to do, the developer used to create database in their local machine, and they used to keep that database to those applications, like local applications, like local offline softwares were there, and to those offline software the database were merged already. And when you install that software, like exe file is there, when you install that software, automatically in the backend of your local computer, database is also being created. And when you perform some operations on that software, automatically that data will be getting stored into that database. So this is what happening before this cloud computing, and now the thing is being changed. Like now the database you can put it into somewhere, and the application part you can put to the client side. Like there is a concept of server client architecture, okay, where you all the things are being kept at the server side and the interface is only with the client side. So this is how this concept gets started with the cloud computing. And you might be knowing like architecture of software, like 2-tier 3-tier architecture, where all those concept of developing softwares is being now utilized. So let us learn how we can configure SQL database on cloud computing. Okay, so let me share my screen. And please confirm me whether you're getting my screen or not. So this is the Azure portal where we can create a different type of resources. Okay, let me explain you one more time. Like the way you have created virtual machine, so you can create numbers of resources from this Azure portal. Why so? Because they are providing those resources which will be virtually for you. So if you want to see the services which Microsoft Azure is providing to you, you just go to this menu section and click on all services, where you will be finding the categories of list where those Microsoft Azure is providing services to us. Okay. So if I want to do job related to AI and machine learning, so I will be clicking on the category of AI and machine learning. And these many resources this Microsoft Azure is providing to us related to this AI and machine learning, where you can see speech services is there, language is there, face API is there, custom vision is there, computer vision is there. So you might people from AI and ML might be knowing these things like for computer vision algorithms, I can use this resource. Okay. And for speech recognition, like we are using Alexa in our homes, or we are using our Google Assistant. So those speech recognition algorithms or speech recognition coding, we can use these resources. So there are a lot of resources you can see in this Azure portal, which has been used for doing some activities or for doing some computing process. So these are the Azure AI services, which has been developed by Azure company itself. And there are also some resources which is not being developed by Azure, which is being developed by third party, but it is also supported by this Microsoft Azure. So that is the one of the reason why this Microsoft Azure is at the top level. Okay. If I'm having some analytical job, so you can go to this analytics and I can find the resources which I can use for analysis purpose. So like this, you can explore those all the categories like the way you are having your requirement or way you are having your work. Okay. So this is the resource, this is the services which has been provided by Microsoft Azure, and it has been developed under this platform only. So now the one of the services we have already learned, like how to create a virtual machine. Like we can create now a numbers of virtual machine for our users. Right? That use can be anything, right? We can that use can be to host a website. That use can be to do some development work on that machine, or the work should be like to give or to allocate some work to that machine itself. Okay. So the use can be different, but for using this we are configuring one dedicated machine and we can do the activities on that. So now let us learn how about the database. Now I'm having one application and I need to configure that. I have configured one database for that application. But now what I need to do, I need to upload that database to this cloud computing. Okay. And whenever any changes happens to my local database, automatically the update should be getting to this cloud computing also, and vice versa. Like any changes updated to this cloud computing, automatically it should get updated to my local machine. So this can be also happen, like when you configure any SQL database in this cloud, you can just connect to your local machine and you can do some changes and update through your local machine also, and vice versa with that also, from online to offline or offline to online. So to configure a database, what you need to do, go to this search bar. It is the quickest way to search any resource. Go to this search bar, search for SQL, search for SQL. So under this SQL, you will be seeing numbers of SQL services which is been provided by Microsoft Azure. So here are the services. Under these services, those are the services which has been developed by Microsoft Azure itself. And under this marketplace, those are the services which is not been developed under this Microsoft, which is not been developed by this Microsoft company, but it is been supported by this Microsoft Azure. Okay. So here you need to choose SQL database, first option, which comes under services. Choose the SQL database, and after clicking on this SQL database, you will be redirected to this dashboard of SQL database. Now, in this blank space, you can see here, in this blank space, and right now there is no SQL database is being created under this EF subscription. So it is showing blank to us. So if you want to create a SQL database, you can click on this create SQL database, or you can go to this corner side of this left hand side of corner. You will be finding one button with the name create. So just click on this create button, and then you will be redirected to this create form of SQL database. Okay, so what is this SQL create form of SQL database? Generally, like you have experienced the same thing while creating your virtual machine also. So generally what is happening here? See, when this Microsoft, any resources we need to configure to this Microsoft Cloud Computing. Okay, so we need to provide our demands to this company. Okay, like what type of virtual machine we will be needed, what will be the hardware configuration, what will be the operating system which to be installed on that virtual machine, what is the location, at which location I want to deploy that virtual machine. So those are the demands which we will be providing to this Microsoft Azure. And to get those demands, Microsoft Azure has provided this form to us. Like it is asking some questions to us, like, and we need to give answer to those questions. And then after Microsoft Azure deploy the same kind of resources which we are demanding to it, right? So here you can see there are tabs. Okay, almost 6 tabs are there. First tab is basic, second networking, security, additional setting, tags, and review plus create. Now from this tab, what this Azure is asking us, like first he will be taking basic requirement from us for configuring this SQL database. So what are the basic requirement it is asking for us? Let us see now. So the first requirement he is asking from us, under which subscription you want to keep this SQL database. So I'm under one subscription only. So I will be, by default, it will be getting selected. If there can be a case like I'm having multiple subscription and I want to choose any one of that. Okay, that can be also one case. So here, under this subscription, under which resource group you want to create this resource. Okay, so that also we need to specify. Like here, Narendra has created one resource group with the name FTP8_day2, right? So this resource group is being created, like we have created one folder, and under that folder only we will be creating our resources. So there can be a scenario like there can be a multiple resource group, like I have explained you yesterday also. There can be multiple subscription. Under those multiple subscription, there can be multiple resource group, and under those multiple resource group, there can be a multiple resources. Like the way we have configured virtual machine under this resource group also, and now we are going to configure, or we are going to deploy SQL database under this resource group only. So why this hierarchy is been settled in this, why this hierarchy has been done in this Microsoft Azure portal? For traceability of the resource. Okay, like if anyone creating a resource, to trace that resource, this hierarchy has been developed by this Microsoft Azure. And the second thing is what? If I want to see the mapping between the resources. Now here you can see the tabs are there. See here, lot of tabs are there. Under this networking tab, where I will be creating my own virtual network. Okay, so there can be a conflict, right? While creating your virtual machine also, you have created different virtual network, right? So a lot of virtual network is being created in this cloud computing. So to map which resources is being used for what purpose, to map those things also, this hierarchy has been introduced by Microsoft Azure. So this is how, that is the reason why we are always using this subscription and resource group. Now we need to give our database details to this Microsoft Azure. So what database details he is asking from us? Like, what is your database name? Okay, my database name should be this one, Mahesh123. Okay, and whether you want to have server for this database, if any server is being created here, so I will be choosing the list of the, I will be choosing the server from this list. But right now there is no server is been recognizing it, because if there is no server is being created here. So what we will be doing, we will be creating a new server. So click on new server. So after clicking on new server, so here you will be creating one server, like you are creating one compute instance where you will be running this SQL database. Got the point? I'm repeating one more time. You are now creating a compute instance where you will be running this database server. You will be running this SQL database. So for creating compute instance, the Azure is asking us, give some name to your server. So I will be giving same name what I have given to my database. You can give it different name also, or you can give it same name also. Both things can work. Generally, in practically what the things are being done, for server different name is been introduced, and for each and everything name should be different. That is the part practically is been done. But right now we are just I'm just explaining you this practical, so that is why for remembering name I'm using same name. Okay, now under which location you want to host, or under which location you want to deploy your server. Okay, that we need to select it. So here you can find one list which has been recommended by this Microsoft Azure. So in this recommendation, you need to choose the closest region which is near to your place. Okay, so generally the recommended list will be the closest and which is having lower latency. Those data centers are being recommended by the Microsoft Azure. You can choose any one of that, but in practically you need to choose the closest data center to your place. Okay, so generally East US to Central US to West US to are having good latency, like a lower latency compared to other countries. So here you can see now in India also Microsoft is having data centers like Central India, East Asia. Okay, so you can choose any recommended server for your for deployment of your database server. Okay, so let us choose East US. Okay, now authentication type. So like we know, we are creating a compute instance. For login to that instance, we will be choosing some authentication, right? So what type of authentication method we want to choose? So the first authentication method, like when you might be experienced, like when you will be opening this DBMS software like Oracle or MySQL or MS SQL. So over there also you will be finding this option, like how the authentication, which authentication type you want to choose. So those the same operations here it is also there. So when you will be using your software and after log into this, you want to log into your root directory. So what type of authentication you want in that? So I will be choosing use SQL authentication. Okay, or here you can use Microsoft Intra only authentication. Use both SQL and Microsoft Intra authentication. So what is this Microsoft Intra authentication? Like from your portal login also you can authenticate to your database. But my suggestion to you will be choose SQL authentication and give some name, give some server name and password to your authentication, SQL authentication. You can give any name and password you should be remembering that password you should give to this server only. Okay, because this username and password you will be needed later to log into your database. Okay, so this is my username and password. I have given something. So you can also give username and password. So this is how we have provided demand to our Microsoft Azure. Like this is the type, this is our server name. It should be in East US, and the authentication method should be SQL authentication. And for that, username should be Mahesh123 and password should be something. Okay. So now we will be clicking on OK button. Click on OK button. Got it? So now here you can see one new server is being created. Here you can see one new server is being created with the name Mahesh123 and it is located under East US. Okay. So this is how we have configured our server. Okay. So the next step, what the Azure is asking us, you want to use SQL Elastic Pool. So what is this SQL Elastic Pool? Generally, when you click on yes button or when you click on no button. Okay. So the elasticity of SQL database, you want it or not? That is been asked by this Azure. So what the things here we need to do? We need to choose no, because we will be not installing any data in this server, right? So the elastic pool means like it can anytime scale up or scale down. Okay, that is the elasticity for any type of resources. So when the data is been increased or the data is been increased, automatically this SQL will be SQL resources will be getting scale up or scale down. So this is what the elastic pool generally. And if you want to find more details about that, you can just go to this I button and you can see here some information will be given to you. Okay. So this is the one of the tricky method where you can find the explanation for this portion. So here you can see Elastic provides a simple and cost-effective solution for managing the performance of multiple database within a fixed budget. And Elastic Pool provides a compute and storage resources that are shared between all the database it contains. So what does it mean? Like for cost effectiveness, you are using this elastic pool. Suppose you will be choosing yes. So according to your data, this database is being configured. Okay. So right now, no need to use this elastic pool. Then what is the next question? What type of workload environment you want to on your SQL database server? So I will be choosing development. Okay, I will be choosing development. Why so? Because currently we are doing, we will be creating some tables, we will be configuring some database to our SQL server database. Okay, so I will be using this development server and it is also a lesser cost. It is also with a low cost. And when I choose this production cost, so this production workload environment, what does it mean? Like you will be for hosting purpose, like if you are hosting some kind of application on the server, like I'm hosting a Flipkart or I'm hosting a Amazon.com application, and you might be you can imagine like how much the database they are handling in the backend, right? So for that you will be allocated with one dedicated server. Okay, and here with the development you will be getting allocated with some of the space where you can work and you can do the activity. So choose development workload only. Then what type of compute and storage you will be needed for your database server. So here, what we will be doing, we will be clicking on configure database. Click on configure database. And here you can see the cost is already less. Why so? Because we have chosen this development feature. Okay. And when I will be choosing this production mode, automatically this provision is been selected. That will be costing around 30,000 rupees per month. Okay. So choose serverless only right now. For practicing purpose, we will be choosing serverless, which will be cost us around 375 rupees per month. Okay. So choose a serverless option, and here you can compute. Here you can configure your hardware part of your server. Okay. So maximum how many cores you want. Okay. You can scale up as many cores you want. So you can scale up those cores. Okay, so this is the range between maximum and minimum cores. So minimum core is 0.75 and the maximum core it is 6 cores. So here you can see 2.25 GB of memory, minimum memory, it's been allocated, and 18 GB of max memory it's been allocated. Okay, so that thing also you can specify here. So auto pause delay, whether you want to have this feature of auto pause delay or not. Suppose the database automatically pause if it is in active mode. Okay, some ideal condition, the server is been there for some minute. Suppose here 1 hour. Suppose for 1 hour there is no operation is being done on this database server. Then automatically it will get in pause mode. Okay, that feature is being given here by this Microsoft. Now here you can see the size of your database, like what type of size you want for your database. So here you can see 130 GB of space has been allocated. So keep it according to the less only, like 25 GB is more enough for us to do the practical. Now, the last question it has been asking, would you like to make a database zone reductant? Like it is asking us whether you want to replicate this data base server in any other zone, any other region, or any other data center. So right now we don't need that. So we will be choosing no only. And just click on apply button. Click on apply button. So here you need to check whether the costing of your server is what. Okay, so see, I have changed some core part, right? Some V cores I have increased, and some data size, like some size I have increased. Automatically costing is also increased. So now the costing of my server, database server, is 1,000 rupees, which was 375. Now it gets turned to 1,000 rupees. So this is how you can scale up your data or scale down your data set from configuring database. So again, you need to go to this configure and database and reduce the costing part. So reduce the core, like keep 2 core only. And you can see for 2 core, what is the costing we are getting. Okay. And also reduce the GB size. Let us have 10 GB. Okay. 10.2 GB only, and click on apply. Now here you can see the cost has been reduced to 399 rupees. So this is how the costing you can manage to your database, and according to your work you can configure and store your database server also. Okay, so now how the backup storage redundancy you want for your database server. So keep it locally reductant only. This zone reductance and geo reductance are like you want to replicate to any other zone, or you want to replicate to any other geographical area. So this is how it has been configured. It has been done for the basic steps. Okay, so we have completed our basic demands. Okay, so now click on next. Click on next. Now here, so till here, any doubt you are having, please ask us. Till here, all clear? The costing should not be greater than 500 rupees. Please ensure that. Yes, all clear now. Just confirm me so I can move further to the next step. Till here, any doubt? Okay. Thank you for confirmation. So now we will be moving to this networking part, where what the thing we will be doing, we will be configuring some networking part of our database server. How here you can see option connectivity method. So how this connectivity method should be for your database server? So there are three options are there: no access, public endpoint, and private endpoint. So you from the word itself you comes to know like no access
Like
means like
Mahesh,
from
Mahesh,
yes,
your screen is not shared.
it is been it is shared already.
No, no, we cannot see this portal.
Just a minute. Let me share it one more time. Yes, please confirm me whether now you are able to see my screen. Yes, Narendra.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So in networking part, the thing we will be configuring is whether how our connectivity to this server should be. So it should be no access, like from any network, this server can't be accessed. Public endpoint means from any type of network, this server can be getting access. And private means from only private IP addresses, like some of the IP addresses only, this server will be getting access. So here we will be choosing public endpoint because we will be accessing from any IP address. Now, the security we need to configure. So here you can see firewall rules. Okay. So in firewall rules, we will be defining some rules. Okay. Like the way we are having firewall rules in our local computer, the same way we will be defining firewall rules for our database server. So already predefined rules are been there provided by Microsoft Azure, which are they? Allow Azure services and resources to be access the server. Okay. So what it is asking, whether you want to allow Azure services and resources to access the server. Yes, I want this thing to be allowed. And then the second rule, what this Microsoft is being configured, add current client IP address. Yes. So this is also I will putting as yes. Why so? Because from any, this is the virtual database I'm doing, right? I'm configuring virtual database. Now the browser through which I will be accessing this database, okay? That current IP address is been taken for accessing, for granting this or for accessing this database, okay? So those are the two firewall rules which we have defined here, okay? So next thing is connection type, connection policy. Keep it by default only. Don't make any changes here because the connection type policy is nothing but you are defining some type of policy to your accessing for accessing purpose. So currently, whatever the default policy has been introduced by Microsoft, you will be keep that default policy only because here we have chosen the default policy only. In the firewall rules, we have used this default policy, that is default rules. So that is the reason we are using this default policy. Okay. Now click. Those are the steps you need to perform under this networking tab. Now after this, you need to click on next button, where you will be redirected to this security option. Now let me confirm whether you have completed this networking part also. If yes, please
Yes, sir.
let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you defined firewall rules? Have you defined connectivity method? Just ensure those things. Okay. Then and only you will be able to access your database server. Okay. Now in security, don't do any changes. Okay. In security, don't do any changes. Keep those security feature by default only. And why so? Why I'm telling this thing? Because if you change some security part, automatically the costing will be getting increased. So here you can see the 30 days free trial. Like what is this security feature? For explanation, I will be explaining you with one example. Suppose this server is being configured, and what type of security feature you want to apply to this server. So there will be some default setting will be there. There will be some advanced setting will be there, okay, in which the features will be getting included for security, okay, And when you change some security, like when you move from default to advanced, automatically the costing also get increased. Okay, so keep it default only, because default security is also very good for any resources. But there might be a scenario like there is very important data which you will be storing under this database, and you want that advanced security for that. So this is the feature where the Microsoft will be asking you like what type of security you want for your database. So keep it by default only right now, because we are not having that thing with us. So click on next button. So additional setting. So what is this additional setting? So again, this additional setting, this Microsoft is asking us whether you are having your database in your local machine, or you are creating a new database, or do I create a database for you? Okay. So here you will be finding an option data source, where these three options is been asked. Use existing data. Okay. If you want to use existing data, so you will be using this backup option. And if you want to use the sample data, so when I will be clicking on sample data, one data set from this Microsoft will be providing. That data set I will be using as a sample data. So automatically one sample data will be getting stored to my database. Okay, when I will be choosing this sample. And if I'm having some existing database, I will be choosing this backup option. And if I choose this none option, so there will be nothing. Empty database will be there. So for explanation purpose, I will be choosing this sample data set. Like some sample data should be stored into my database. Okay.
Mahesh, sorry to disturb you.
Yes.
I'm not able to see your screen is moving. Like still I am in security tab only. It is not moving.
Okay, now everyone is getting the same issue.
Yeah, so Suprabha ma'am also is saying the same thing, not in sync. Like somewhere it is stuck.
Okay, let me see one more time. Let me stop sharing and I will be sharing one more time. Now my screen is visible to you.
Yes, it is now okay. Now you are in additional settings.
Yes. Now it's been changing also, right? I'm changing
Yes,
the
yes.
tab. You're
Yes,
getting
yes,
that
yes.
also.
Yes.
Right. So here in additional setting, choose this sample. That means like sample database will be stored to your database. Now click on tags. What is this tags is been used for? So generally, suppose I'm creating some data resources in this cloud computing, and to whom I want to allocate those resources and what type of operations that a person will be doing on those resources. Those information I can store in this tag tab, okay, where I can write the name of the person, value, like what value needs to be given to that person, and what type of resources he will be able to access. Okay, so these are the metadata, like it's just kind of a metadata for each resources we can put in this tag form. Okay, so don't do anything here also, just click on review plus create. Now here you can see the estimated cost which is being given by Microsoft Azure according to our demand which we have given to it. So the estimate cost will be 399.19 INR rupees. Okay, so this is the costing part what Microsoft Azure has given to us. Now this is the basic information where you can find like the demands which we have provided through this Microsoft Azure. So if any changes you want to do it, you will be clicking on previous button and you will be doing changes. Otherwise, if all the things are okay, then you will be clicking on create button. So after clicking on create button, one JSON file will be created in the backend, and that JSON file will be getting sent to this East US data center. And after receiving that JSON file, the East
Mahesh,
US data
Mahesh,
center, yes,
again it was stuck. It was stuck at tax tab only.
okay. Now what you're saying?
Tax.
Only tax.
Yes, tax.
I don't know. Like, range is put it at my side. Why it is happening? My voice is audible to you, right? Clear.
Voice is audible. Voice is audible.
So faculty, click on create plus review, and then after click on create button, and then you will be coming to this deployment.
Yeah, Mahesh, we are not seeing the portal. I'm seeing the screen like meeting screen. The chat window I'm
Meeting
seeing.
screen.
I think it is not updating.
Just a minute. Let me share one more time. I don't know why this is first time it is happening. Now see, Narendra.
Now it is okay. It is in deployment is in progress. Yes.
Okay, fine. Hope so. All faculties are on the same page. Like you are at the deployment in progress only. Yes. Take a screenshot of that, and after getting deployment, you will be taking screenshot. Not at this time. So let this deployment get completed. So this is how we have configured our SQL database server on cloud computing. And on this SQL database server, we have configured one sample database also. And that sample database we will be using, like, so we will be accessing with some SQL query language, okay? Structural query language, which we'll be using in this query table, okay? Query part. So that I will be showing to you. So you can see here the deployment details where all those deployment resources is being deployed, and those all resources are being mapped with each other. So see, this is how the server is being created, and I can go to now, I can click on go to resource. Click on go to resource, and I will be redirected to my database, SQL database, okay, which I have configured. So here I can find the dashboard where I can monitor my database, and this is the information, essential informations I can find for my database. So like which is the resource group for this database, what is the status, location, subscription ID, server name, connection string, price tier. Okay, all the essential information I can get it from here. And I can start working with this database also, like configure access, connect to application, start developing. So I can start developing on Visual Studio also, Visual Studio Code also, Azure Data Studio also. So those are the features which have been provided by Microsoft Azure. So in this monitoring tab, you can see, you can monitor your database, like, oh, how many.
Mahesh, sorry to disturb
Yes.
you. Sorry to disturb you. Again, it was stuck. We are seeing only deployment is in progress only. It is not updating.
Okay, Narendra, do one thing now. You just open my data, my
Okay.
database, and you can share your screen. I'm seeing
Okay.
some problem in my side. I'm stopping my screen sharing. You can share, Narendra, your screen.
Yeah. 1 minute. I'm
And you
sharing
can
the screen.
open this database which I have created, and you can explain from here also.
So that is a 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes, Mahesh,
Mahesh 1,
1, 2,
2, 3.
yes. I'm writing password to you also in the chat.
Can you able to see the screen?
Yes, now it's visible.
Can you able to see the updations from this window?
Updation, it's loading state actually. Azure loading state symbol is there and loading symbol is there.
Hello.
Yes, Narendra.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to the resource groups. This is a resource group name. Mahesh.
Mahesh 122.
Yeah. So this one. So this is the server which is created by Mahesh, and the name of the server is Mahesh123. This is the SQL server. Yeah, this is the SQL server. So you can see the complete overview of server. So the resource group name, everything you can see. The resource group name is FDP8 day 2, and the server admin is Mahesh123. And you can see the location, subscription, everything you can see. So now I want to go to the database. This is the server. You can see here under Mahesh123, we have the service name as SQL Server. Now I want to go back to database, which is generated on this server. So scroll down a little bit on the left side. So there you are having SQL databases. So click on this SQL databases. And now you can see Mahesh123. This is the name of the database. Just click on this Mahesh123. Now you can see here Mahesh123 is the server name and Mahesh123 is the database name. Both are having the same name, but I am in SQL databases. Okay, now I have to check whether the data is there in the database, any tables are there, or else I need to create a new table. So for that, so on the left hand side, okay, click on query editor. So just click on the query editor. So if you click on this query editor, it is asking your user ID and password. So the user ID for this database is Mahesh123, and password is I think he provided. Mahesh, can you provide me the password?
His password 123 @ P capital.
Yeah, password. PASSWORD password 123.
123 @
At the rate. Okay. So P capital, right?
Yes, P capital.
Okay. So now see here, just not able to log into this. Okay. So because he has not given permission from my IP address. So this is the second laptop now, the new laptop.
Yes.
So I'm just
So here,
allowing
here
my
what
IP
is the issue happening here? So I have added one rule, firewall rule, na? Add current client IP address. So from where
Yeah,
I have
now
created this resource now, from that IP has been taken as a current IP, and from that IP address only it can get access. Now the thing Narendra is accessing my database, so the IP is getting changed.
so now I'm letting my IP address to access that particular resource. Just I'm clicking on this like allow list IP. So now when I'm clicking on this, it is updating. Okay, successfully it is updated. Now you can see. Now I can logging here. I can now access that particular database. So before my IP address is not there in the allow list. So when I'm clicking on the allow list, my IP address is added to the service, so I can access the service. So this is called firewall rule. So anybody, even you also can access my resource. Only thing is we need to manually add your IP address to the service. So after adding my IP address, I can able to connect to my database. See here in the tables, you can expand these tables. So these are the tables. Many tables are there. So these many tables are there. You can get these tables while you are creating the database. So you are selected in the additional settings tab. You are selected sample database. So in the sample database, you are having all these files. Okay. So now if I want to like go see what are the like what is the content in this file, like what is the table name, sales lt dot customer. Okay. Now I can type here in the query editor. The retrieval command for retrieving the rows, all the rows from the table is select star from the table name. My table name is sales lt dot customer. Okay, now you select and run this. So now you can see all the rows present in this. So these are the different rows present in this table. Okay. Suppose if you want to count how many rows are there, you can go and use the same like commands, SQL commands as similar to SQL database. So now I am going to view how many rows are there in this table. So for that I'm using select the count of star from table name. So we can see 847 rows are there. So like that, all the operations you can do, you can perform on these tables. You can create a new table, you can add some data, you can delete some data, you can update some data, everything you can do. So whatever you are doing, the database is getting updated. Okay. So can I create one table, Mahesh? One new table? Can I create?
No, just tell them like how to connect this database to local machine.
Okay. So now we are having so many tables here. So now I want to see these tables. I want to see these tables from my locally installed software. So let us consider this is my locally installed software. So you can all, this is my Microsoft SQL Server. So just clicking on this, this is already installed in my laptop. So from local install software, I can connect to Azure SQL database. So I'll show you the procedure. So just for the time being, just minimize this. Just click on this software. Now it is opening. Microsoft SQL Server 2014. This is the standalone version which is installed in my laptop. I am using the software to access different tables which are there in my local laptop. But I want to use the software to access different tables present in the cloud. Yeah. So now it is asking whenever I want to connect to my SQL Server software, it is asking server name, authentication type, login ID, and password. So now I'm deleting. This is my server name. Now I want to give the server name of Mahesh123. Okay. So for that server name, I need to go to cloud. Go to cloud, and where is my server name? So my server name will be there in server page. Okay. Now I'm going back. So in the overview page, you can see the server name is there. Okay, this is my server name. Just I'm copying the server name. Just copy and go to the server SQL server here. Now you paste it. This is my server name, Mahesh server name. So I'm just pasted here under server name. Now it is asking the user ID and password. The user ID is, so you can see the user ID. The user ID is Mahesh123. So go to server page. So Mahesh123. Now go to software, provide. Let me close this. I opened two instances. Mahesh123 and the password is and then click on connect. Mahesh, what is your username?
Mahesh123.
Mahesh123. So this is your username, Mahesh123. And password is capital P, right? Capital P.
Yes, capital P.
AASSWORD123 @ Click on this connect. Yeah, now it is taking the user ID and password. It is trying to connect to the database which is there in the cloud. Yes. Now you can see here on the left hand side under Object of Explorer, my server name is updated and all the databases present in server, all are updated. If you want to see all the databases present in the server, yes, you can expand that. And you can see this is the system databases. By default, it is generating. And this is my database, which is created at the time of server creation itself. So in the Mahesh123 database, we are having so many tables here. So you can expand and you can see all the tables here. So these are the tables. So these are the tables which are there in the cloud also. Even in the cloud also, you are having all these tables. Okay. So if you want to see the tables here, so you can go and see the tables here. Okay. So go to SQL database, connect to the database. Go to query editor. And now you can give username and password. Username is Mahesh123 and password is capital P AASSWORD123 @ Yes. So you can see here these tables are there. So all these tables are there in SQL Server also. You can see all the tables are there in this. So whatever be the operation you are doing here, the same will be reflected in the cloud also. Here also you can expect. So for the timing, just I'll go for a quick demonstration. Like I'm going for a new query here. I want to create one new table, simple table having 2 columns. Okay. Now, so can you tell me what is that command which we need to use to create a new table here? So create table and table name is something like worker I'm giving. So in the worker, I'm having 2 columns. In the worker table, I'm having 2 columns, ID and name. Name as varchar of 20. So I'm just closing this. Okay, I'm just running this. Execute this. Yeah, it is successfully completed. So now I'm adding only one row. Insert into worker, the table name, with some values. So the value is ID number is 1 and name is Narendra. Simple. Okay. So just run this command. So now it is successfully executed. So when I'm successfully executing, so I can see the content which is stored in this table. So select star from worker table, select this and execute. Now you can see ID number is 1 and name is Narendra. So I had created this table and inserted the data in this Microsoft SQL Server software, which is installed in my local laptop. Now I want to check whether it is reflected, it is updated in the cloud, in the Azure cloud. So for that, I'm just clicking here, the same command. I'm just typing the same, select star from worker. Okay, so just run this command and you can see here, ID is 1 and name is Narendra. This worker table is not created by me in like Azure, but it is created from SQL Server, which is there in my laptop. From there, I can connect to my database, which is there in the Azure cloud. So I can do this integration operation. Whatever the changes I'm doing here, that will be reflected in this software here. And whatever I'm changing here, I'm creating and I'm updating here, that will be reflected in the Azure database also here. That is how you can able to connect from your local software. Is it clear?